guys, welcome back to the zoo, and we have Ashley Zamora, who's an actress on el show Lopez.
I got it wrong.
You got it wrong.
Because she had the George Lopez show before.
Yeah, but
and now it's Lopez.
Lopez.
What's the difference between this show and last then? Can you fill this in?
Basically, the old show was George Lopez based as a character. And this one...
It's Wild Talk, so there's always animals walking around, by the way.
Like...
But the new Lopez show is based on George Lopez as the comedian. So George Lopez is playing himself as the comedian.
And it's one cam. It's one cam, not multi-cam, right?
Yeah, it was a single cam, so it wasn't really shot like a sitcom. There's no like laugh tracks. It was shot single cam, so it was shot a little differently than like a lot of different sitcoms normally.
Okay, and you know what? We have a clip that we're gonna toss to.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Ooh.
The Lopez show. No, Lopez.
Lopez.
What's that?
Nothing?
Okay, if you're gonna have this party, I'm gonna invite Bethany.
No, I don't want Bethany to come. Why don't you invite one of your other friends?
Bethany can come. Thank you, Sheila. See, she is the coolest dad special friend ever.
Wait a minute. Where's my weed? Are these real flowers?
Yay! But you know what? What I love about her, like, she's a real inspiration. You know, like, tell us about your story, like how you found out that you were booked and everything.
So basically, I got called into an audition. They said it was for the Lopez show. George Lopez was doing a new show, and I was like super psyched because I grew up watching George Lopez.
Wow.
Nice. I loved his show. Like every day, I'd come home, I'd do my homework, eat dinner with the family, and then I'd watch the George Lopez show. So he was somebody that I had always watched. I loved watching and loved his comedy. And basically, I did the audition, and I got called back, and I did the callback. And then they were like, okay, we want to see you one more time. We want to offer you guys a test deal. We want to offer you a contract. What's funny is that I was working, a day-to-day job. I wasn't acting regularly enough to, pay my bills.
What was your day job, by the way?
It was expensive. I worked at a smoke shop.
What? Hello! Can you hook him up with a discount or something now?
We'll hang out after the show.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Don't get distracted, people. Don't get distracted. She said, continue, please.
Let's focus, people. Come on.
Síguele.
Pero, so basically, I got the call while I was at work, because after the callback, I was like, I have to be at work at 3. The audition was at 2:30.
Oh, wow.
I ran to work, whatever, and I got a call from my manager, later that day saying, hey, you booked it. You got the job. And oh my God, I was so excited. I was crying at the shop. I was like, oh my God. My friends were like, what happened? I'm like, I am out of here. Deuces. I'm gonna be on TV.
So what would you tell people that are thinking about pursuing that, actor career, but they're thinking it's too tough, my family doesn't really support me, so what do you tell them?
It is hard work. Wow. It is a lot of work. My friends would invite me out. I'd be like, no, I have an audition. I have to work. I have to, I do everything I come out to. I always give 110%, never give up, work hard, and, pay attention to what you want. If it's what you really want, olvídate de lo demás.
Ooh, she does understand it. Now, you play George's daughter on the show, right? So tell me about the dynamic between you and him on the set. What's he like?
He's super fun. He's so nice to work with. He's, somebody that's been doing this for a long time. And he's so hardworking. He always puts his job first. Yeah. And that was really inspiring to see somebody that's been doing this for so many years, for so long, and he always comes in 110% while he's there. And that was really inspiring, because I'm like, come on,
That is great.
Yeah.
And you moved from Texas to LA, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So is everything really bigger in Texas, baby girl?
Hello.
So I need to explain what he means by that?
Hello.
Do tell, please.
No, Dallas is just, it's a good place to grow up. It's friendly. I don't...
Listen, can you not...
Wait a minute.
Go.
I know my Mexican crew is laughing right now because Dallas, it has a double meaning in Mexico.
What does it mean in Mexico?
Wow, Dal, as? Ay, oye, can you people not tell that even though she smoked at a smoke shop, this is a good girl? Come on, are we going to be talking about these things around here?
But you know what they say about the quiet ones? They're dangerous.
But you're not quiet.
Oh, well, but I'm dangerous. That's true.
Yeah.
So before we go to the break and we come back for more, and I want to hear more about your personal story, what's different about, you already explained what's different in format about this show, but what, I see George, his personality is a little different in this show than his past sitcom. I mean, why do you think that is? Is it because it's single camera, is it a lot looser, or because he's already done the other thing, the more traditional sitcom?
I think it might be just because he's trying to transfer into like a different type of comedy.
Right.
So he didn't want it to be like a kind of sitcom the way his different sitcoms have been.
It's more adult, though. He was talking about weed in this clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to take a more realistic take on comedy, as opposed to that kind of like sitcom type comedy.
Did he talk about weed because he found out that you worked at a smoke shop?
That was just a joke for
A
the
funny
show.
coincidence.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna come back with more with Ashley Zamora, and I want to know about what it's like to be a Cuban in Texas, Cubano. And we're gonna play a little game called Click or Bait with you, and it's all coming up after this on the Zoom. Yeah, do the shake. No, but do the shake now. You know what's awesome is that you're doing it, and we've had guests that don't want to do it. You know?
Sit there.
Yeah, no, they're just like, we're not gonna do it. But because you're Cubana, right? This is what I do. We're Cuban American. You were born in where? Texas?
Texas.
Okay, so Cuban American.
Yeah.
Vamos a hablar cubiche, which is
So
not insulting. No,
cubiche.
cubiche's
My
fine.
question to you guys, cubiche, is it
No, it's-
offensive?
What does it
mean?
What does it mean?
If it's very cool or cubanazo, it means you're like really Cuban.
But she just said mimi cubiche. Mimi cubiche. Or what do you say? Michi wichi or I don't know.
Michi. Cubans make up words.
Oh, okay.
Mira, vamos a
Thank
tratar de
you.
hacerle el español ahora. Primero que nada, tus padres son de Cuba.
Sí.
¿Cómo era ser cubana en Texas, donde todo el mundo, me imagino que creían que tú eras blanquita y tú empezaste a hablar español? ¿Qué pensaba la gente blanca y la gente mexicana?
Right.
Sí, súper, era bien como, no sabían, porque en Texas hay muchos mexicanos,
Sí.
pero ahí no hay cubanos, los cubanos están en Miami.
Sí.
Entonces, como la mayoría de mi familia está en Miami, entonces en Texas solo eran mis padres, yo, mi hermana y mi
¿Cómo
abuela.
ellos terminaron en Texas?
Por mi papá.
Ok, pero
Por
tu
el
trabajo, ¿qué hace tu
sí,
papá?
Mi papá es un médico.
Oh,
Sí.
¿qué tipo de médico? Medical marijuana talk?
Medical marijuana.
No, he does internal medicine.
nice.
What does that mean?
Like-
I'm like internal. What you have to
It's
put?
like general.
You put things in people or something?
No, the medicine.
Medicina.
Okay, well, again, seguimos con la conversación. Aquí podemos.
We lost it right there.
No, you know what? Listen, whenever we go into some mass confusion, it's time for a game. So
Oh, good idea, yeah.
let's get to a game called Click or Bait. You know when you're on the internet, you're on like all those top 10 lists that they just
Yes.
want you to keep clicking and
Yes.
clicking, and then you find yourself going through
Annoying,
15 pages.
annoying.
But it's addicting because you're like, I want to see the next thing.
I know, yeah, it is.
This is a list that I found, and we'll do some lists. Did all of us go to college here?
I did.
I did.
Yes,
little bit.
yes.
You did a little bit, and then you started acting.
And then you're
Okay,
like,
so we're all kind of grown up here except for me. I'm the
Right.
baby. here.
Oh, okay.
I have a list here that we have things that you did in college that you can't do now.
Okay.
So let's go through the first one. This is a wonderful viral list. Napping in places that definitely aren't your bed. Do you remember that in college when you would just sleep in class?
I would
in the
always fall
corner?
asleep.
Failure.
I would go, and I have the problem where my head bobs, so I would be like this, and then I'll go. It was just, I was always afraid of getting caught in class.
Like do this.
Okay,
And
but
just-
when you did that, were you the kind of person that would start drooling?
Yes.
Oh my God, yes, I was. I was the
100%.
type of person.
I would be like really.
And I would get upset when my
Castillo,
when
like-
my classmates would wake me up. I'd be like, "Stop waking me up!" And they'd be like, "But you're in class." I'm like, "I don't care.
Drooling
I want to
is-
sleep."
Drooling is totally fine. That means you're completely relaxed.
Exactly.
That's embarrassing.
Going to class or anywhere
Yeah.
in your pajamas.
I
That's a
never
college
did
thing,
that.
right?
No.
No.
Never.
Not in
No,
Syracuse,
I don't
New
like
York.
that.
You don't like that?
No.
No,
No.
excuse me.
Look
Look
at
at him.
sweatpants.
Yeah.
Por favor.
No.
Like, come on.
too
Yeah,
cold
no,
in
exactly. No,
Syracuse.
sweatpants are
Nah.
but you know what?
A lot of kids
I
do
used to
that.
go to sleep in shorts. I'd wake up with the same shorts, put on a t-shirt, put on sneakers, so I was half in my pajamas.
I thought you would tell me you would go to sleep in shorts and you would wake up without them.
If it was a good night.
Somebody has a little imagination right
Hey,
These
now.
are
we
things
like
that
that
happen in
imagination.
college.
We like that imagination.
Yes.
How about this? Drinking during an afternoon lecture. In college, did you guys have beers on campus? We had this on my campus.
Yeah.
We'd
What
have
did you
beers.
do?
Would you guys go to class drunk?
Never.
Yeah.
Nelly,
We totally-
I like your style.
Yeah, we usually like used to bring our, I don't know how you call it, but
Kawama?
use like kawamas or like.
Kawama or Obama?
A
What do you guys
kawama
think?
is a big tecat. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say the brand, but it's like a big brand of beer, and you put it in your backpack, and then you're like.
I just want to point something out. If we get sponsored by that brand she didn't want to say, we can say the brand all over the place.
Shut out.
Did you ever get drunk before going to class?
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
as I said before, aside from
was a
smoking
good student.
working in a smoke shop, You are a good girl, and we need more good girls in the Latin community.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I know.
Hello.
I know. I'm a
Only
good girl.
one applause, people? What the heck is wrong with you?
They want bad girls.
The last one is,
that one.
and by the way, guys, our lead writer for the show is a little kooky. He
Okay.
actually doesn't do any drugs at all, which explains how crazy some of these things are.
Okay.
This translates to the pajama thing. Leaving the house only in a bed sheet and having it be perfectly acceptable. Is that like the Ku Klux Klan going to college? Or is that bed sheet?
Some people are lazy in school. Like, they just don't, they want to roll out of bed in their pajamas.
That's
And then
like
they're
another level.
That is
like PJs
yeah.
is one thing. Bedsheet, okay.
That's
Oh,
insane.
no.
That's
no,
weird.
Oh, no.
that only happens in weird places.
No.
Andres, I don't know what you were doing in college. Andres
Yeah.
is our writer, so we're just gonna have to bring him out here one day to answer it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, toga party. That's what the reference was.
Oh, toga party.
Hey. Oh my
We need to
God.
start pre-prepping before
Yeah,
that show.
absolutely.
I never caught on
I
to
never
that
caught on to
either.
that.
Wait,
Toga
oh, yeah.
party's still
Because
a
I've never even gone to toga party. Have you?
Either. No.
Isn't that like really?
No.
You know what?
Is that still a
I know
thing?
that somebody
I don't know if it
cut
is.
the curtains in my bathroom stall in college so that when everybody would shower, you would see them completely naked. You know what I'm saying?
That
it
is
was cut
fu-
from the top.
That sounds like the craziest like
That
college.
was the
dorm-
best thing they ever did in my
Wow.
dorm room.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we finish up. Dennis, I love that you're gonna have the FCC all over our butts. This was gonna be a rated PG-13 show,
I
and
know,
we're elevating it to R.
We are.
What's the oddest thing that you did during your college years?
Crickets.
Free,
I'm trying to think.
You-
She's
Because I
such
didn't
a
go to
good
college.
know what?
I went to college for like 2 semesters.
I did want to ask you though,
Yeah.
because speaking of crazy things, okay, so a lot of times you get cast for younger roles,
Yeah.
correct? Do you ever have to kiss a guy that is younger than you?
No.
No,
Oh.
they're all legal.
Remember the
They're all
guys that are
they're
playing
all
teenagers.
legal.
they're older.
Yeah, it's like the same way that like I play younger, they play younger too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
And one
You
more
never
last
know.
thing. One last thing. So, what's the biggest challenge of being an actor
The biggest challenge
for you as of now?
You specifically.
like now, like that I'm
Yeah,
working,
right
or like
now.
before I was
Right
working?
now.
Right
Well,
now,
I think both. I think it'll be interesting because you're struggling as an actress too.
Yeah, true.
paying your bills.
Yeah, thank you.
Number one.
But what about getting casted? I think that right now as an actress,
Yes.
you know, you're a Latina, but you're very white looking.
True.
Does that
Yeah.
does that
True
put
that.
you in weird situations?
No, not really, because it makes me really diverse. So I get to kind of expand my horizons beyond. Like I've played Latina now, so now I can like go play different types of roles just to kind of not get pigeonholed into like a certain role or a certain type. So that's just the biggest struggle right now is
Right.
getting another role just to kind of move out of that idea that people have like, oh, okay, she plays Mexican. I don't want people to think, oh, she can only play Mexican.
Right.
I can play white, I can play European, I can play a bunch of different types of things.
Nelly
Yeah.
can play Mexican and Persian sometimes.
Absolutely, yes.
She does a little.
I play with the
Jasmine.
Mexicans and the Persians.
I know you do. You play with them. Guys, I want to thank Ashley. You've been amazing. All right. Everyone, when can we watch Lopez?
Lopez is Wednesday nights at 10, 9 Central on TV Land.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Catch on Lopez, and we'll be right back with Victor Davila, who joins us to talk some MMA on the Zoom. Peace.